next game. Is that going to be a problem here for the side of MG.Trust?
It's not just Mirana, obviously. There's a Magnus.
There is a Magnus.
Especially with Spectre. Magnus Spectre.
Not look good.
It's the
So
best two
this whole
combo
mess
has
is
it.
all your fault.
Really?
Yeah, just because Spectre is naturally really tanky, but it has the disadvantage of the farming speed. But with Magnus, you can farm same as a battlefield carry.
It's very true.
And especially like I really like how like Oracle and Spectres are laning together. Just because like once the Spectre learns dispersion, and if Oracle heals, you get less damage from Oracle, but you still heal same amount. So like those factors, like March really thinks about those hit.
Jackie feeling the wind on the backside there, the arrow barely missing. And had that landed, that would have been a very early first blood from TnC, but it does not. So they will back off, back to set up for those bottom bounty runes, and of course MG.Trust will be fine to get the top, I'm sure. Overall in drafts, by the way, I mean, you talked about the Magnus spec, you seem to be a big fan, but MG.Trust, their drafts, how's it looking to you? Like, does it make you feel confident in this Radiant side?
Only if Fearless gets what he wants. If he managed to lane well and then get a lot of last hits, be really scary factor with early Orchid. I think he will go Orchid first item instead of Kaya or anything. Just
That is true. So you reckon the game is basically just based on how Fearless does?
I feel it.
Okay. Mel's got his hands full here with Fearless on the Storm. Of course, Mag vs Storm seems like, well,
Margin keep of these.
we'll open the applications up to Tim's and see if he can join the group of the cool kids. And
Nah, I might not be eligible.
Oh.
It's not. It's me.
Bot lane, there's going to be a lot of damage out onto Tim's. Mirana needs to make a run. Of course, still level 1, can't leap away, and Jackie wants to chase. Tim's, 2 more hits, 1 more hit would do it. Boombill, could he find a swashbuckle? No, it's 5 seconds away, but he's going to chase for this first blood.
I think he got it.
I'm gonna say, if he misses that, I'd be very, very surprised. He does get the first blood, Boombill. Very nice kill for him onto Tim's. That's a good way for MG.Trust to get started.
Yeah, I felt like he was gonna eat Tango before he won.
Goes top lane. See Masaros up there on the LC. He'll be up against Gabby and March. Abby might have a few difficulties up against this LC later on, but for now he seems to be just fine.
Just in the laning right now, if you can see the CS. LC Masaros 7-4. Meanwhile, Spectre 3-0. I think that's a big amount.
You were complimenting Masaros quite a lot before about his positioning, especially in the laning phase and the team fights. He just knows exactly where to be at the right time.
His laning seems like pretty solid, like throughout whole tournament. I haven't actually seen like getting zoned out a lot. And it's not like they're giving him.
Fearless gets Armel in the mid lane. Just solo. Armel goes down.
That was what I was expecting. Level 3 pull. If you're not be aware, like at level 3 with the storm, you can just die.
First kill or first death for Armel, but a great pick up there from Fearless. Look at Tim's again, copying so much harassment out from this support Pangolier. Boombill doing a great job already, creating space for Jackie at the spot lane.
This is ridiculous. We have to see how like the last hit differences in LC and
4 to 16. I mean, that is insane. 16 to 4.
how this can happen.
It's Masaros. It's looking really good. We'll see if he can keep this up. So Armel, he'll make his way back into the mid lane up against Fearless. Try to survive this time around up against this Storm Spirit. Does seem like one of these laning matchups as well. Fearless actually falling quite low. He does eat a Fairy Fire up, but Armel's taking way too much damage again. Fearless might get this kill, and he does. Oh, that is pretty bad news for TnC.
Oh, Armor committed like full amount and it wasn't even close to death.
Boy. Of course, just deny yourself off. Come back to the lane with full HP, full mana. If you're the Storm Spirit, it's looking like it's going to be a very, very good game. And he's top of the last hit spot as well, QO. It's not like he's not farming. He's getting kills and farming at the same time. TnC, they've just got to find a way to even out these lanes a little bit. Like, Gabby's still at 7 last hits on the Spectre in comparison to the 22 of Masaros. You look at Jackie, he's at 20 last hits on the Faceless Void.
This is like the first game that I see that early game laning, early game's last hits like having very favored.
Tim's. Expect him to try and make some rotations sooner rather than later. And get a nice courier snipe for himself.
Courier has been killed.
She's going for the max arrow on this Mirana. Boombell. It's a swashbuckle. Arrow's still available, but just too close. Just leap away. Curious as well, QO. Do you think KP goes for the Midas build up on this? In fact, never mind that for a second. Cabby, very, very low, does walk away, but the Ogre. Do you go Midas Rush?
I think he should still go. Not having that bad lane.
Haste!
Yeah, I think he needs.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stupendous!
Even with the rune wise, 3 for 1.
Problem. Pretty a 1k advantage here for Motivate Trust. Bot lane there appears to be confident at the moment with all the voice line spam, and well, they're going to continue onto KP, but he'll be alright. Fearless be forced to just back off. It's fine. Back to the mid lane. Armel probably enjoying the breathing room he had for about 30 seconds, but
from their sails?
Fearless is back to it.
I feel like Tim's just gonna lane mid now. Armor.
I mean, he's one full level behind the Storm, so it's power runes are gonna spawn up. Boombell gonna try and contest this bot power rune. Armel does get a nice regen for himself. Definitely don't want to give that away to the Storm. Tim's, great arrow. Boombell, this way out. They don't seem to be really prioritizing helping out Gabby here at this top lane, I've got to say. Gabby is still struggling a hell of a lot. You see Masaros just running at him, not giving a crap about Gabby, and he just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and Gabby, not just CS, I think he's delivering a lot of regen as well, so he might not have like enough gold to.
Again, they just dive the T1 tower. Masaros now going after March. Q will also be there.
Are fortified.
Masaros into the tree line after Gabby.
He really doesn't care. I want to whack him. Like Oracle's nothing.
March tries to heal him up a little bit. Gabby's still suffering a lot. Meanwhile, KP apparently kills off Boombell. Gabby will be alright. No, never mind, he will not. Fearless will jump in and gets a very, very easy pick off. And March can't really trade as an Oracle, that is. Just no help, no rotations from TnC.
At least they'll keep pressuring Jackie. He seems to be rushing on Midas, which is a big greedy choice against Ogre. And he's not like bursting against the dot damage hero. Like damage of the time heroes. He won't be able to time walk it out.
Right. What item build do you think you would have preferred for him to go on the Void if it hadn't been a Midas?
I was more expecting that power tres, and today's God King's build was pretty stable, stable as well. You get Mask of Madness and quite a bit.
CQ take over the mid lane on the Wyvern. Top lane looks like a lot of heroes starting to group up.
And there's one tower. Stacks.
Jackie has the Chrono. Fearless also going to be there. March. is the only man around to try and defend this tier 1, but he could be very easy pickings for MG.Trust. They are rushing him now. Jackie obviously doesn't want to commit the chrono and doesn't need to. They'll get the duel off thanks to Fearless.
Blown
Another
away.
easy kill. Another duel victory for Masaros. Rather his first duel victory. There should be a tier 1 tower going down very
Dire's
soon.
top tower is under attack.
Can they trade?
It's challenging to try and make that trade. Armel's here.
Armel's here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So TnC will get a trade. Q gonna
Dire's
show
top
himself
tower
on the
has fallen.
Wyvern. Not really much he can do to delay this. We'll split a blast. Now TPing more in. Masaros. Make his presence be known. Armel gonna be able to skewer away in time. KP still trying to run. Masaros will get stunned up by the fire blast. But they do successfully defend that bottom tier 1 tower. Seems like that's all they wanted. That's just a very nice trade for MG.Trust, right? You got a tier 1 top, you protect your bot tier 1. Can't ask much more.
Yep. Spectre needs to get buff as soon as possible. We need, I mean, the TnC needs to get the Spectre back on the at this rate. I feel like the Oracle's not gonna contribution into it. He needs like Spectre to be walked
Let
on.
the fun begin.
Jackie. Inching ever so close to that minus now.
Prize.
So I do wonder what kind of build the Spectre goes for, but Tim's gets a nice arrow off onto Boombell. He does have a haste rune. Tim's still on the chase, but won't be able to keep up. Boombell, he's fine to run out. Bit unfortunate the Spectral Dagger did not connect on the Tango.
I think even if it connected, I think he wouldn't have died just because he had the raindrops, 5 magic. But it's always nice to hit.
Definitely is. Item build for Gabby this game on the Spectre, what do you reckon?
Well, I'm sure he's gonna go drums. Yep, just for the mana related issue. Manta style, drum Manta style. Casual these days. And maybe diffusal after.
Gabby just going to be working towards the later stages of the game on this Spectre. The ridiculous thing about this hero right now is you just get to a certain point of the game and you just don't die anymore.
This is like one of the really smart move from Fearless too. Like as I said in the early phase, like I was expecting him to get Orchid first, but now he seems to be getting a Bloodstone first. Which is a lot better sustain in the team fight, and they don't need extra damage, they're already winning.
Okay. Jump in, Armel, not expecting this one. Rolling Thunder follow-up is going to be out, and now a duel. It's just perfectly played by MG.Trust. At least he got his Echo Saber before he died, but such a struggle.
Dire's middle tower is under
With how
attack.
good that mid lane went for
Radiant's top
Fearless, he could just
tower
keep
is
doing
under
that.
attack.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now Tim's is a bit... He probably
Dire's
is
middle
expecting
tower
a
is
lot
under
better
attack.
situation, but level-wise, like net worth-wise, lower than what he's probably thinking.
Can't really make many plays as the Mirana, because
Yeah.
nobody else can really back him up. Take over that triangle. The rest of TnC heading up towards that top lane. They might try to make a play onto Jackie. Not going to be a very easy kill, however. Jackie will be just fine to get back towards his side of the map. Armel does have the RP, but just wants to farm some creeps right now. It's not really too interested in committing the RP.
Dire's bottom tower
Trust,
is under
I
attack.
believe they have. They can just start
Whoa,
pushing
what'd I miss?
down the bot tier 1 tower.
They're like actually full
Dire's
committing,
structures
except for
are
Jakey.
fortified.
The bottom tier.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Eventually, yeah, they have to just pull out. But I was wondering what was this mean. Maybe Storm could just be farming, like you camp instead. It looks like they were just coming.
Dire's bottom tower
TnC.
is under attack.
Jackie for a second. He'll be alright. They are still just committed to this tier 1 bottom tower. Mel's going to try and pressure the mid tower.
Dire's
not
bottom
even.
tower has fallen.
To be a bit of limited confidence here for
Dire's
TnC.
bottom tower is under attack.
Just gotta try and get some more farm up here. It is still problematic though, and I realize the bottom tier 1 tower isn't really worth too much, but losing all these towers and giving away this much map control to MG.Trust work against them. TnC and have a smoke out from MG.Trust coming right at them. A nice shadow out from Tim's. Might have just saved the day. Instead, they're gonna run mid.
Are scanning.
Do spot out KP, bloodlusting that T1 tower. Fearless, gonna show himself now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fearless gonna jump in KP, he will be targeted. Arrow will fly out, Masteros does cop it. Rolling Thunder is also there from Boomville. Now the Winter's Curse is coming out. He's gonna be onto the Oracle March, does go down straight away. Mel committing the RP on the Void, but Jackie is not dying. Now the steal back in the Fire Blast. Jackie does go down before he can time walk away. Hold and brace out from Boomville. Not going to help too much. He'll swashbuckle and actually get Armel before he does go down, so never mind. Does work out. Masteros will continue running. Gabby committed to the chase. Tim's arrow won't land. The drums popped. Masteros just gets out of there.
It looks so good. We're like motivated Trust like to open the angle. Then it all started from the Legion commander to get arrowed. But even then, like, they forced like Armor's RP, and then they March got deleted by Winter Curse, and Void didn't die in that time. How did it go this way?
Who knows?
Anyways, it was really good defense from TnC.
I agree. Still motivate Trust. Not going to be dissuaded from this mid T1 push. Jackie and Fearless back at it. This is actually the final T1 for TnC. Can they hold on? Fearless going to zip right in onto that Ogre. KP just going to back out. Armel looking to go back in, but he doesn't really have the RP yet.
Dire's middle tower.
Boombell, Rolling Thunder will end, but he is within safety. They've already gotten what they came for in that T1 tower. There's no real reason for them to stick around. Motivate Trust. Just going to comfortably walk back. No punishment from TnC.
Fearless always has the toolkit, which means March and teams have to play really be careful. I think March, he's not gonna aim for March, but more, I think he wants to shut down the team.
Gabby just trying to get that Yasha up into the Manta. Already has the Eye of Skadi queued there on the Spectre. You look at the Void. Jackie straight into the Silver Edge.
I've seen him playing this build like quite many times, and he had like pretty good succeed rate with it. Minus Moscow BKB or MKB, or other way around.
That shadow was popped, but square off. Silver Edge on the on Jackie's Void should be pretty effective here up against Gabby. In fact, Chrono does come out. Gabby alone up at that top lane. They'll have Bluebell and Fearless just zipping in, and Gabby just goes down so quick once the storm's there. TnC, I mean, you see teams TPing in with March, but they are just too late.
Clean kill. There's not many things like that TnC can do. Just have to keep off the Spectre, and he needs Manta. Without Manta, he's not gonna pull out like a lot of damage.
All he can do is just keep farming.
The reason why like Spectre has been like a lot recently, and then people skipping Radiant, is because that Manta style gives so much damage if the target is open.
Smoky QO, RP gonna go into Jackie with an arrow follow-up from Tim's. They do eventually get the trade there with the pos
Without that ward in the radiation area, they wouldn't be able to kill it. It was very risky if they hit it.
Fearless gonna zip into the backline straight onto March. They just get him down. Now the curse out onto Mel. KP trying to survive the Rolling Thunder and the Jewel out. KP very low and does know. In fact, it was Armel that was low. He does go down. KP on the run. The rest of TnC just cannot continue fighting this fight. KP eventually does end up going down.
What's the other one to belong?
Fearless does have the Orchid up, mind you, but it's just hard for them to fight.
Too many things that can kill Rockred Mirana.
Into the Roshan pick. MG.Trust. I mean, it's just such an opposite of game number 1. Such a dominant start here. It's Roshan. Arrow from Tim's.
I'm over here.
Not gonna matter.
Immortality is mine.
They did. Is that? Am I seeing things or was this? No. All right, I was seeing things. Never mind.
What can TnC do here?
Well, I was about to ask you, QO.
What do you think?
Well, I would say Gabby needs some farm. You might need a BKB on the Magnus, even that might not even matter, but you may as well just grab it. After I really don't know. I mean, you're kind of just waiting on this Spectre. You know, the Spectre should theoretically outscale the Void later on.
Their laning phase went way too horrible. Like, I think it all started from there, but like, I didn't know the side effect could be this large because it was just a laning phase. On the other hand, it goes like totally different
Radiant's
from how the
bottom
first
tower
game
is
is.
under attack.
That's where the TnC was last game.
Was.
And same route as well.
There we go again. Fearless to go in and just zip straight in onto KP with the Jewel out again from Masaros. It's just rinse and repeat. Every single time, it's a zip in for a Vortex, a Jewel, and a Rolling Thunder.
Need BKB.
Radiant
Armor needs
structures
BKB
are
as soon as possible today. Somewhere, doing something.
Dire's middle tower is
Go
under
after
attack.
tier 2 mid, MG.Trust. It's one of those teams you really just can't underestimate. Gonna be the mid tier
Dire's
2
middle
gone.
tower has fallen. Radiant's
TnC currently
bottom
only
tower
have
is
one
under
T1
attack.
tower that's on down on this radiant side. Mel gonna get cursed up by Q. He's just trying to find anywhere to farm. But there is nowhere that MG.Trust are gonna give away. It's just perfect play.
They're gonna try to chase it now continuously. They have Storm, Winter Wyvern, Pango, also mobile heroes. Even Jackie's just look. He's the one who wants it.
Yeah, he still has Chrono. So if he finds the right target, just an easy Chrono into a zip in from Fearless. He's gonna find KP and just commits the Chrono. It's your pos3 Ogre tries to survive with the Essence Ring, but again, another Jewel out from Masaros. That's the 6th Jewel of this game. Going the way of this LC. 60 bonus damage.
So free Sacrillic. He has 3,800 gold right now.
That's value. With a 6k net worth lead, MG.Trust, they just control the map. TnC, they are going to try and reinvade their own jungle. MG.Trust, just get out. Perhaps with a massive RP from Armel and a Hauntin from Gabby, I suppose that could be the big game changer, but it just seems like they've got so many ways to counter-initiate, just like that. Q, throw out the curse, Fearless is just going to zip in. Tim's gonna go down again. Fearless now, his 8th kill on the Storm Spirit. Back in, Rolling Thunder, Boom Belt. Go on to Ogre. Essence Ring already popped. Masaros does not really want to duel up KB unless Fearless is there. But Fearless just coming in from a mile away. Back onto March, and now the duel's out on KB. RP, Armel gonna try and fight for this with the Horn Tip from Geppy. Do they have the damage output? Armel with a huge skew around, but it means nothing. There is just not enough damage.
They opened the team fight like 2v5 and which one was near, so 2v4. But still, like they just got melted. Like 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
Staging a comeback.
They got the Aegis at least.
Dire's middle
It
tower
was intentional of it, I think.
Right.
Like,
That'll be the tier 3 tower going down for TnC.
fallen.
Very early tier 3, mind you. Onto the melee barracks. Moonlight Shadow pop, they're going to try and delay this. Jackie will be targeted here for TnC, but now the Vortex is out from Fearless, just backing off. They want to try and kite out. Shoot. Does have the curse. Masaros gonna press the attack, turns back around, but who do you aim down? There's the Rolling Thunder out from Boombill, straight back onto Gabby. They're just trying to control KP while all this is happening. KP falling very, very low on the Ogre and does go down to Fearless. Now Gabby getting triple bashed down. Fearless still going, and now the Chrono comes in from Jackie. Perfect timing. They will get the Spectre. They found a duel on March. He's also gone. They are just getting massacred in this space.
yeah,
But that's it, they call it.
I think it's better for next game.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
That was
Radiant
that was all MG.Trust. It wasn't even close.